There's a small rocky island in the Ionian Sea that most empires would have ignored. No fertile plains, no gold mines, barely big enough to matter. And yet, 3,000 years later, we're still talking about it. Ithaca isn't remembered for its size, or its wealth, or its armies. It's remembered for one thing: a single bloodline that Homer turned into the most famous family in the ancient world. A family the gods themselves are said to have cursed, allowing only one heir, one son, every single generation. No spares, no backup plan. One failure, and the entire throne would have vanished forever. That bloodline produced Odysseus, the most cunning king in Greek mythology, a man whose name still gets used today for anyone who outthinks their way out of disaster. But Odysseus wasn't the beginning, and he wasn't the end. He was one link in a much longer chain, a chain that started before him and kept going after him in ways most people have never heard. A quick honest note: nobody has confirmed dates for this family. No calendar, no exact years. Just fragments of myth, passed down by poets who didn't always agree with each other. What you're about to see is a bloodline, reconstructed from the pieces the ancient world left behind. Here is Ithaca's throne, start to finish. A small island, a family the gods tried to erase. Cephalus, Arcesius, Laertes, Odysseus, 4 generations, each one down to a single heir, each one somehow surviving. But here's what most people never find out. The story doesn't end with Odysseus walking back onto his throne. His son Telemachus took over next, a young man who spent his whole coming of age not knowing if his father was even alive, and who finally broke the curse just by surviving. But according to a lost sequel poem called the Telegony, Ithaca's throne didn't stay in Ithaca for long. Odysseus had another son nobody knew about, Telegonus, born to the sorceress Circe, who years later sailed in searching for the father he'd never met, and without knowing who he was, killed him in a fight on the beach. In grief, Telegonus carried the body away, along with Penelope and Telemachus, back to Circe's island, and there the entire royal family simply disappeared from Ithaca. No final king, no last coronation, just an empty throne and a bloodline that walked off the island and into myth. That's the real ending of Ithaca's throne. Not a fall, not a war. A family that outsmarted every attempt to erase them and then quietly vanished into legend instead. If you want the next bloodline broken down like this, subscribe and tell me in the comments who's next.